How's it going, everybody? It is Ethan or Unknown Code, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build Twitter. We are on episode 36, and we go ahead and pick back up where we left off last time. Last time we worked on a little bit of CSS to get the Form 1 module finished up. We're going to continue on that, working on the email, as well as fixing up the date, month, and year. That way they're all side by side, rather than being stacked on top of each other, as well as having that error message when things are not working correctly. So let's go ahead and hop into VS Code, and I'll show you guys how we did this. So now, of course, we need to do the email. So let's go ahead and start modifying our email. So let's go ahead and close out of our name. Let's go ahead and pop up our email input. We'll have to make the CSS a little bit. So now we need to modify this for the CSS. So again, we're just going to have like the valid thing. So we have this, and we're going to have our validated input. And then underneath, we'll go ahead and just add in our valid email. Question mark, and then if it is valid, we're just not going to show anything. And then if it's not valid, we'll go ahead and have a span again. And this is one of those things where we probably could have reused, but it is what it is. Again, I'm thinking about doing live streams in the future once I am more settled in the house, and kind of doing some refactoring on live stream because it'll be a lot easier that way. So here, just say please enter a valid email and save. Okay. And it looks like that is good to go. So let's go ahead and make our new CSS file. So register email input.css. And we will make the register email input first. And this is just going to have a margin bottom of about 25 pixels. And I found that makes it look about like Twitter. Then we'll also have our register email error. And this is again going to be the same color of red for the error. Font size is going to be 13 pixels. Once again, our font weight is going to be 300, a little bit thinner. And then finally, our margin left is going to be 10 pixels. So we could probably have like a master like error or some type of CSS, but it is what it is. So now if we come back in here and we start typing, we need to go ahead and actually import that for it to work, of course. So import / register email inputs.css and save, and now it should pop up. There we go. It says please enter valid email, and now it's good to go. Awesome, looks good. And finally, the most CSS that we have here is the date selector. So let's go ahead and close out of this and pop up our date selector. So let's see, our date input, pop that open. So this one is going to take a little bit more. So we're going to have to add in a few divs here. So we're going to have a div with a class name equal to register -date -content. And that's going to wrap around all of our selectors. So let me go ahead and move that here. And I'm also going to indent these. Okay, and then we are also going to have different classes. So div class name is equal to register -date -month. So of course this is going to encompass our month, and this is because each one of these are going to have a different size. So that's fine. We're going to have day, so we're going to have a div with a class name maybe, and this class name is going to be register -date -day. And then we will, of course, wrap that inside or around the selector. Then we also need another div, and this is going to be class name equal to register -date -year. All right, that's good. Copy this and then paste it down here and go ahead and indent that. And then we also need to go ahead and set up whether or not it's valid. So it's going to be inside of this registered date content. Outside of it, or outside of the content, but inside of the actual registered date. So again, just gonna say valid. If it is in fact valid, we're not going to show anything. If it's not valid, we'll go ahead and have just a quick span. The class name equal to register dash date dash error. And then this is just going to say, please input a valid date. You must be older than 13. So this one, unfortunately, I don't know what Twitter's actually says because I didn't test it and get a screenshot. So I'm just kind of freehanding that one. But that one is now good to go. And now we just need the CSS for our registered date input. So go ahead and make a new file, register date input.css. All right, now first we'll go ahead and start up register dash date. This one width is going to be 100% to start out, and then margin bottom is going to be 25 pixels like we have been doing. 25 px. All right. Next we have our register dash date dash content. So now our width once again is going to be 100%. Our display is going to be flex, and then justify content space between. All right. And now our month, day, and year all are going to have different widths. So again, I played around with this for a bit to get one that I liked. So the width of the month is going to be 44%. So our registered date day is going to be width of 22%. And then our register dash date dash year is going to be 29%. So again, it's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty good. Now finally, we just have our error, which once again, we should probably just put this in like some type of global file or something. We'll have to go back and refactor things. But again, color will be red, font size will be 13 pixels. Our font weight will be 300. And then finally, our margin left will be 10 pixels. Save. And of course, we need to go ahead and import this. Import / register date input.css. And let's go ahead and take one final peek. And something isn't quite right. Let me double check something. Let me double check spellings. Registered date content. Well, this might help. Month. Save that. And there we go. So it was just a spelling mistake. Now, of course, we're probably going to want to go ahead and refactor the next button. But other than that, this is essentially everything for our first step of the register modal. So now we can continue moving on to other steps of the register modal. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please stick around for the next episode by hitting that subscribe button. You'll know exactly when it comes out, especially with that bell icon. If you did enjoy the content today, please sure to leave a thumbs up. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, it helps out with the algorithm all the same. And finally, if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.